If you're an intuitive person who is striving to create a new foundation for yourself through spiritual practices, then this video is for you. The overall energy for this reading is the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the diviner. She's highly intuitive. In fact, in the card, we see her reading her tea leaves. So she is looking inward. She's looking intuitively into the current energy of a situation or the energy of what's coming up. And coupled with the Three of Pentacles, this is a card of collaboration, of partnership, of teamwork, of building strong foundations. We see the group gathered here kind of working on some kind of structure, maybe a cathedral. But it's very much the energy of working with the foundational aspects of something, building something so that it can be great. So if you are that intuitive person that is looking to sort of build this foundation of your spiritual practice, or maybe even build a spiritual business, this reading is definitely for you. And you may also want to consider joining my Spiritual Scholars. You'll find the link below in the description. So the spiritual path is often one we come to not usually through sunshine and rainbows. And I don't think your path has been sunshine and rainbows either. We start in the recent past with the Tower, destruction, a foundation falling away. So sometime in the recent past, your whole world kind of felt like it fell completely apart. It is really a crumbling away. This is Mars energy, so Scorpio or Aries could be important to your chart or to the chart of those around you. But this is a situation where you thought something was really built to last, and it proved to you that it was contingent after all. But you are able to alchemize the energy here when we see the Temperance. You're patient with yourself, and you're able to kind of take the elements around you and forge a new path forward. So the sign of Sagittarius could be significant, but doesn't have to be. Really, this is about coming into balance. This is about taking the elements that you have around you, really doing something with it, and really foraging. Like, you're really transmuting this whole Tower event into something that will work out beautifully for you. I think you developed an understanding that while tough things happen sometimes, although they can be difficult to deal with, the universe is always working for you, not to you. Because you actually began to see how this falling away became an opportunity for you. Sometimes we have to clear out the old to welcome in the new. And this is a new manifestation, a new physical reality, something tangible that you can hold in your hands. May even involve money or a new monetary path here. But it definitely meant a falling away of the old self, an ego death, so that you could be reborn into a new version of yourself. This is Scorpio energy. Yeah, your story starts off kind of tough, right? We've really kind of been through the ringer, but you didn't let that hold you back. You didn't let that get you down. Instead, you took the opportunity to transform and transmute the energy, saw it as a chance to become a different version of you, to really do something very transformative, to go within, to cast aside the elements of you that just weren't working in your life, and to become a new version of you, to become reborn. And I think lately you've really just been leaning into what brings you joy, what makes you happy, what lights up your world. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So you've really just been releasing these old things, these old energies, this old identity that you had, and leaning into what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And that's beautiful. And I feel like this is really helping you to kind of open up your perspective, open up yourself to new connections, and be okay with being your most authentic and vulnerable self. When we see the Four of Pentacles reversed, we are releasing something that we are holding really tightly to at one point. We are letting go of what others think about us, probably. We're letting go of, any kind of concerns that we had over, speaking our own truth or going our own path. And we're welcoming in new connections, new people, new love, even. Because we're starting to better connect with those who are benefactors for us. The King of Cups is masculine water sign energy. So again, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces might be important to this reading. This is the third time Scorpios come up. But this is someone who wants to be very generous with you. They're very highly emotionally intelligent too. And the King of Cups is the true match to the Queen of Cups. So this is welcoming in, the someone who is very emotionally intuitive as well, who's intellectually and emotionally in balance, who may also be a spiritual practitioner. And as a benefactor, this could look like someone who is a mentor or just an ardent supporter of yours. It can look like a romantic interest. Maybe a new romantic partner has kind of entered the scene or is entering the scene. But I think overall, you just have this brand new perspective in life, and you're just feeling like you're no longer boxed in. We see the Hangman reverse, but it's like we've had sort of this energetic reboot, right? We're able to kind of move forward, but in a way that, like, I don't think we could ever see that path for ourselves before. Like, is something that is completely new. We would have never dreamed we'd be doing what we're doing now or living the life that we're living now. It's a whole new perspective on who you are, what the world is, and what opportunities lie before you. The upcoming future here, you are just dropping the burdens of anything that doesn't serve you. So this can look like emotional burdens that you're dropping. Maybe you're going to therapy right now and you're dealing with old shadows, old wounds that were really weighing very heavily on you. Maybe there are certain responsibilities that you had taken on that you just didn't have to, and you're able to kind of release those responsibilities or at least get some help with them. Or maybe this is just you kind of coming out of your shell, sort of blooming. Maybe you've always stayed very guarded with other people, and now you're finally able to kind of show truly who you are or who you want to become. But releasing this burns is bringing in a whole new foundation for you here. The Four of Wands is the establishment of something very steady. It's also a card of celebration. You're going to be celebrating very soon all of these changes. The releasing of these old ways is going to be cause for joy and happiness. This card can also indicate weddings. It can be a twin flame card because we have 1111 here. But it's going to feel like life is taken off and taken off quick here. The Eight of Wands is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. We've got movement, we've got communication, we've got excitement, we've got like just this forward momentum in this upcoming future. And it's a forward momentum towards this like celebratory, happy, light energy where we are just building new foundations that are more aligned to who we are and what we want. And it's because you've actually taken the time to do some shadow work here. We've gone into the depths when we've seen the moon reversed, and we've realized, what about ourselves need to be integrated, right? So everybody has, there is no perfect person, of course, right? Everybody has aspects of themselves that are outwardly very positive, but also aspects of yourself that you struggle with. And rather than continue to push these aspects of yourself that you struggle with down and hide them away, you've now done the work you needed to sort of integrate it into who you are, to just understand that everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, to work on those weaknesses and to play into your strengths and really celebrate them. And that's what's creating sort of this later and this momentum, this later energy, this momentum, and this brand new beautiful foundation for you. Because we have some very fun, kind of flirty sort of advice here. So in the advice, we start off with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is all about exploration, right? Really kind of pushing your boundaries, meeting new people, doing new things. It can really indicate travel. This is Sagittarius energy. So maybe it can also indicate again, getting a new mentor or, taking a course, starting to learn things that you never really thought you'd learn before. Because we also see here the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is always very intellectually curious. So this is more that Gemini energy. So both of those energies have a lot to do with learning and pushing yourself outside your comfort zone and almost approaching things from a childlike perspective, being open to starting fresh, starting new, coming at something as a beginner. Because whenever we kind of transform or transmute, we kind of reinvent ourselves, we have to be okay with that. And the advice here is just lean into that, lean into the joy that you find in exploration and in learning. And you may even want to consider becoming a spiritual scholar. Again, the link is in the description. But this exploration is going to lead to some amazing offers here. I think this is the part of the advice here. Of course, we're remaining intellectually curious. We're interested in adventure, but also be willing to be very kind and see the best in others. The Knight of Cups is the deliverer of emotionally fulfilling messages, right? This can be a love offer. And so I really feel like seeing him here in the advice is kind of a reminder as in this exploration of new ideas, going on new adventures, as your advice, really stay open to love offers, to people who want to give to you, but also be very generous yourself. Be open. Engage with people that you wouldn't necessarily expect to to converse with, because they're probably going to surprise you. But most importantly, keep leaning into doing things for joy. Don't allow things to get too serious, and there's no reason to feel conflicted here. Most importantly, you've got this.